with us today, we have Andrei Lopatenko, and he's going to be sharing some lessons from building world-class search systems. So without further ado, over to you, Andrei.
Megan, thank you very much for inviting me here. So let's go to my presentation. Let me share. So I have 10 minutes. Let me put my counter. Okay, so I will talk about applications of artificial intelligence and machine learning, but mostly like about new wave of AI models for search and recommender systems. Why I'm talking about this, I am in the field for 19 years since I started in early Google, and I was a member of core ranking team of Google. I built early Google, especially a lot of about international search, but also I built search for Apple, Walmart, eBay, Megadon Labs is a AI lab leading for Recruit Holding. It's one of the biggest Japanese holdings, Zillow, and also founded startups like Ozla, which was acquired by Facebook, search-based startup, and Neuron 7. And I've built search and recommender system across multiple different domains, from the web to e-commerce, maps, real estate, media, and App Store, and so on.
Cloud Leadership Circle is brought to you by Dunyasi Ventures, a leading provider of expert recruitment services. Whether you are starting out or scaling up, Dunyasi Ventures recruitment solutions will give you access to expert recruiters who will find the right fit every time. Contact Dunyasi Ventures today for a free consultation to build your dream team.
There are a lot of people, there is a lot of hype about AI in search, but search AI is driving search since very early beginning of Google, right? Since the early 2000s. But there is a lot of new things happens now, right? So when someone says AI-driven search, it's a lot of hype because search was always AI-driven. But now AI opens very new capabilities and experiences can be built, but also existing search applications can be built significantly because new AI models significantly more powerful, easy to train, easy to tune. But from another point of view, one has to do with like through output and latency problems. So there is a lot of power, but a lot of also problems to solve once you build new search and recommender systems. I will describe like how AI improves search into different tracks. One, like totally new experiences one can build now, like Perplexity would be a good example. OpenAI search, which is inside ChatGPT, is another good example. Google AI Overview. So there are totally new search applications company builds, which may be embedded into old, like as in case of Google and Bing, but totally new search applications and the way people search. It's one way of applications of AI. And another application of AI is improving existing ranking, relevance and other models. So let's talk about new applications. So first, there are like the new ways how people search comparing to previous searches because AI enables this. So for example, like what users typically did not search before. For example, people don't look for a page or for like just when you come to Amazon for Canon R6, people want to factual lookups as the best price for Canon R6. And people expect the system will go to multiple different sources and find the best price, right? Recommendations and recommend me telephoto lens for Canon R6 for bird photography, and of course expectations such that system will understand all nuances of this particular set of cameras of bird photography and what's the best lenses and why they're good. Explanations. Explain me what and I'm giving example from e-commerce retail, but it's like you see such type of search applications and new experience requirements appear in every domain. Explain me what astrophotography equipment I need. I have no astrophotography experience. And then user expects that system does not just provide some page, right? But system will provide a full detailed explanation. Summarization. You have a lot of information about Canon R6. Summarize me in one-to-one page, and I want to understand strong weak points, and you can ask, I would like to compare versus other cameras. Deep research, analysis questions, and I will go deeply a little bit later, but this deep research started quite recently. What was it? I think February, OpenAI released it, Google, but now there are it become common experience, and there are a lot of, from this company, you see reports, a lot of people actually use this capability and they care and they want to do this. Guidance, right? So you want to have a particular answer to a particular problem and you want system to guide you. Creative generation is actually quite frequently used. There is a pretty good study by LM Arena on Search Arena was published recently, but you see like this is search experiences people expect, and this search experiences now enabled by AI. As those experiences, right? How to develop them? What I found, there is a lot of hype again about agentic search, but there are a lot of useful technologies there, and I consider agentic search is more a tool which helps to develop such and other experiences rather than kind of own paradigm on its own. Agentic search is really a tool, and of course it does not solve everything magically. You have to put a lot of efforts to develop each of subcomponents, but it works quite well, right? So it's already demonstrating clear value in development of modern search systems. It centers on integration of multiple sources, tools, reasoning engines orchestrated by reasoning models, and most of this stuff what I showed you before experiences require orchestrating and enables handling more complex user intents than traditional search architectures. Typically, like how you develop agentic search, and there are several good tools to do this, but basically you decompose your search task into like different typical tasks: retrieval, clarification, guidance, follow-up, questions, task decomposition, planning, aggregation, verification, and then you develop sub-agents for each of those tasks, and you develop orchestration level. Of course, depending on your search applications, there may be difference. Like for example, it may be an agent who makes payment for your user, right? It's very different, but basically you decompose, you create sub-agents for these different tasks, and then you train agent on top of them, orchestrating agent to do this. Again, it requires each agent performs specific task, and what task depends on your domain. Like you train agent for each specific task, and then it's important also to train good orchestrator which understand how these agents will work together. And there are very good existing frameworks which exist to build this. So like CrewUI is really good tool. LangGraph from LangChain. I worked a lot with Vertex AI from Google. I know Aftergen from Microsoft, pretty good tool. But basically, there are these tools as you build new search engines. It's not anymore you just take any, let's say, Lucene distribution or something. They're just retrieval tool, but you use these tools to create an agentic search. Sorry for this slide. Those like new experiences and new things you develop with search, like what Perplexity, Google, OpenAI do right now, right? But new paradigms, new AI models are also very good in developing. If you have existing search engine, you want to make it better, which majority of companies still want to do. They're much more powerful now to solve traditional query understanding, retrieval, ranking, personalization, recommendation, user understanding, multimodal search, multilingual search problems, right? Just to go to several, like for example, embedding models now become very powerful. There are a lot of them. They have different power, but if and they help to solve a lot of relevance problems. Again, coming back, I will explain. RAG is very popular paradigm now, but it does not solve 100% of search problems, and it has own problems. So typically, you have to use combined architectures, combine RAG with keyword search, of course, keyword search with deep query understanding, but also with knowledge graph and so on. But embedding models has very big power for certain representation of items and queries and for retrieval. And there are a lot of really good models. There is a lot of work. You see like a new one created almost every month. Some of them multilingual. It's much more easy to create multilingual search than it was several years ago. So this is part of retrieval. There are very powerful re-ranking models, and it's also typically you fine-tune them for your own search applications, right? But there are very powerful re-ranking models. There are new one released frequently, build a good search relevance ranking. So these re-ranking models don't take into account user interactions. You have to train your models on top of it. But they're very powerful to create quite strong relevance baselines when you build new search applications, and create to start with very high level baseline. Image embedding, right? If you build search before to search images or use images in search in e-commerce and real estate, was very hard problem to how to use images in search. Now image embedding very powerful, and you see they resolve many. I can give a lot of examples. It's just short of time, but now it's much more easy to incorporate multimedia information into your search. There are very powerful image embedding models. Again, they appear almost every month, new one. They have different powers. Sometimes you have to combine them, but it's a lot of stuff going on there. And now it's much more easy to create multimodal search and recommendation systems. Again, two new paradigms. One of new paradigms, but which is certainly finds great traction by users. And what I see from my search building experience, it's very useful for people. and especially in vertical domains, is deep research, right? So you expect system to go through multiple sources to kind of provide you research at the end, you do shopping for real estate. You want to find a house, but then you want to understand if my house has this type of roof, what maintenance and other costs it will make to me. So you want system to make this research for you, right? So it's new paradigm, but becomes very usable, and I believe it will appear in every search, like e-commerce, real estate, shopping, travel, anything, right? You want system be capable to answer complicated questions to help you make right decisions. So there are you retrieve from multiple sources, you do synthesis, you do fact checking, sometimes you do iterative reasoning, sometimes you need to retrieve more, and you can see like good demo with OpenAI how it works. But such systems are buildable on your own. This typical workflow for deep research, I'm close to the end, so I will finish 10 to 10 minutes. But such systems and there are several good open source tools like Hugging Face, but you can also build and orchestrate such system on your own. And just to give you, I have trying to collect all relevant information. I have two GitHub repositories with a lot of links, a lot of articles collected, one about different solutions for search recommendation and personalization system, and other is about LLM evaluation. And I'm keeping the collections of all useful articles which are significant and provide value. So thank you very much. I think I'm at 10 minutes.